Well, hi. Thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed the first 4 episodes that we got.
Brilliant.
So can you both start by just talking about sort of what it is about the either your character or the show that made you really just had to do this project? We'll just go Ryan, then Stacey.
Well, first of all, this is my first project. Like, this is the
Oh,
first acting job I've really ever done. So it was a no-brainer for that. And obviously, like, working with Dean Devlin as well as a first job, like, that's a dream, right? That's like any actor's like dream to do a job this big straight out of drama school. So, yeah, that was like a no-brainer for me. But obviously, like, when I got um, uh, presented the role of Angus, like, he's just like a normal kid, right? Being like thrusted upon this like space mission. So that in itself was so cool. Like that fish out of water sort of story. Yeah, really drew me to that. Yeah, for sure.
Stacey?
Similarly to Ryan, I'd only done like little small bits like a commercial and like theatre. So this is again like the first big thing. But with me, I'm a big Doctor Who fan.
So much. So
So
that's
already,
good.
yeah, already I love space. So the fact that I got, offered a role where I got to be in space and got to be this genius as well, I was just, yeah, it's honestly the best kind of, it was the best feeling.
Okay, well, first I got to ask you which is your favorite doctor because I have to ask that now that you mentioned that. So, which is your doctor? And then I'll ask you the other question.
My favorite doctor is the 10th Doctor.
Okay. No, we don't got to go into it. I just was curious. I did want to ask you both.
Yeah.
Sorry, you made me wonder about both of you though. Does it like scare you or freak you out though at all, knowing that suddenly you have kind of this big? I mean, you guys are pretty big parts of this show, and you said you've never done it before. So how? I mean, is that scary for you?
Absolutely. We keep talking about it. We keep DMing each other, being like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening." Like, yeah, it is like a complete like flipped our lives completely on its head, and yeah, like so honored to be able to have like a role like this big as well in the show. Like it's a lot of pressure, but it's like it's good pressure, it's good, it's excitement, and like it's exactly what we want to be doing. So yeah.
What about you, Stacey? Do you get scared and nervous from that, or are you just more excited?
A fun thing is excitement and anxiousness is pretty much the same feeling. You just have to, rewire your brain. But I was very nervous. I remember when we were shooting the first episode, like literally every scene I would be in, when we would end, I was like, is that good? Did I do well? But as it went on, I started feeling more confident. And it's really helpful that we got to be with such brilliant actors who, welcomed us and made us feel really safe to play these characters. So that was really good as well.
I was going to say, like thinking about it, what kind of things have you kind of learned from the cast about acting that's helped you for these roles that's kind of made you feel a little more secure for both of you, either of you?
I'd say like just camera craft, really, like because we both trained at drama school, and I was lucky my drama school did a lot on screen acting, which was great, exactly what I wanted to be doing. But like there's nothing like doing it that like you learn the most from. Do you know what I mean? I remember because I had a quite a few scenes with Reese early on in the show, and in between takes, like he'd just give me like pointers, like oh, you should be looking here, like when the camera's on me, kind of thing, or like when the camera's on you, you need to be looking there, kind of thing. Like stuff I just didn't really know about, and like yeah, so it was sort of like he'll love me for saying this, but it was sort of like getting a bit like a masterclass, like in acting for screen whilst doing the show, which is like super cool.
What about you, Stacey? Is there anything sticks out to you that you learned kind of from the other cast members?
Honestly, it's the same thing. It's camera craft, because in drama school you do get those screen acting classes, but it's nothing like, oh, make sure that the camera can see you, or like angle yourself a bit better. They don't really teach you that. So being able to be in the room and seeing the other actors do that, and like Reese was so good at knowing
He's
exactly
gonna love
how
us.
to like position himself. I know.
Well, the more you do, the more you get used to it, right?
exactly.
Was it
Honestly,
difficult?
yes.
Was it difficult for the two of you to change your accents? I mean, is that something? Now I know, Stacey, yours. I can hear yours a little bit. I know in your character because they even mentioned they're not sure where the accent comes from. But was that hard for the two of you to completely change that around?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, for sure. I was lucky enough to be given an accent coach immediately, pretty much. I remember auditioning for the show. I didn't really have an American accent in my locker. Like I sort of like did what I thought it was. And it wasn't great, but like as soon as I got the role, they like helped me out a bunch. And for the whole of shooting the show, I was able to work with Joe Alberti, an amazing accent coach, to sort of get me to where I needed to be.
What about you, Stacey?
I was also given the accent coach to help me along. But what I love about Alicia is that she's, traveled, she's lived in all these different places. So obviously her accent's different. And I kind of connected with that because I was born in Zimbabwe. I watched a lot of American TV. I then came to the UK, so now my accent's a bit more British. So I kind of liked that it's a bit more realistic in the fact that, not everyone has a specific accent. It's a mixture of things. So I really liked that about Alicia. But in terms of it being a bit more American, I did also have the help, which was very helpful.
Yeah.
What did you two, other than learning camera craft, what did you kind of find the hardest about doing this now that you've done it for a while?
The hardest. I mean, I think we've always sort of spoken about it, but like it was just like the pressure of it being like my first job kind of thing, and I didn't want to mess it up. And like every time we were shooting, it was hard to forget about, down that lens in the camera, there's like thousands and thousands of people watching me right now kind of thing. Or like there will be. It was hard to sort of forget about that. But like by the end of shooting the show, once I'd done my final scenes, it was less of an issue. Like I just got used to it a lot more. And like you said before, like the more you do it, the more you get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, Stacey? Same thing or?
Something that just popped into my head was glasses acting.
Oh yeah. Oh, we have a lot of that.
I never thought about that.
Did I realize? Honestly, it's the hardest because we're in a spaceship. So and they built the set around us. So you've had lights from the actual spaceship and then the lights for the camera. And never did I actually realize that, the glare in your glasses. So we always had to angle our heads, angle the glasses and then act like that. And I think, that was really tough. Even by the last episode, I was still like, oh no, I've done it wrong. I have to
well,
frame myself.
It's probably better than having really thick contacts that you can't see through, because I've heard those stories too. So those may be worse. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we're about out of time. Let me ask you quickly. Each of you, give me 3 words to describe your characters.
Oh my gosh, 3 words to describe my characters. Stacey, you go first.
I would say, okay, this is 1 word, but 2. Super intelligent, sunshine, optimistic.
All right.
I would go with charismatic, naive, and fun.
All right, fair enough. Well, like I said, I really enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing more of it. So.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, so thanks. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you, you too.
Same to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.